This week, we celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act being signed into law. Erica Molina is an attorney and the director of the Client Assistance Program and Protection and Advocacy for Beneficiaries of Social Security Programs at Disability Rights New York. While much progress has been made thanks to the ADA, Molina believes more progress can and needs to be made in the future.
Once you've faced barriers, what have you, I think that people are ready to use whatever tools they have available to them to make change and to make positive change. So as a person with a disability and as a person who serves people with disabilities, I really do think that the voice is going to get louder. I think that I see people with disabilities, our visibility growing in society, not being an afterthought as much as we may have been in the past. I hope that going forward, people truly understand, especially as the population in this country begins aging and continues to age and grow older, living fulfilling lives while doing so, that people start understanding that it is important to have a functioning elevator. It is important to have things available in large print and for there to be a ramp that is accessible to people.
Molina says removing the stigma around all disabilities, including mental disabilities, is a big issue that needs addressing.
I think that going forward, people will hopefully be more open to thinking of us as part of the mainstream because that's what we are. And on top of that, removing some of the stigmas around some disabilities being more taboo than others, such as mental illness, whether it be schizophrenia, anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, what have you. It is very important that people start to understand that these are things that affect 1 out of every 5 people in the country that we know of.
James Weissman agrees. He's a disability rights attorney and the president and CEO of United Spinal Association in New York City.
Here we are 30 years later, and I would say mental disabilities still have stigma associated with them that prevent, based completely on bias, not on fact, that prevent assimilation and employment and acceptance.
There's just a lot of misinformation. I think it's a two-way street. I believe that people with mental illness should feel more comfortable, and they should be made to feel more comfortable about sharing, about making people understand that this is real and this is how it affects me. This is how it affects me. This is why I believe that you need to understand where I'm coming from, whether because it does affect my employment, it does affect my day-to-day, it does affect my ability to work for 8 hours straight, and this is why I need this accommodation or that change, or maybe even just because I need extra time to process something that isn't visible is no less of a disability than something that is. And part of the stigma comes around the unknown.
Know your rights and responsibilities under the ADA. Connect with the Northeast ADA Center at northeastada.org.